Hey, what's up, Facebook friends? So I'll keep this pretty fast. I'm going to show a couple of things that I'm doing with AI that are pretty ahead of the curve. And also, I'm making this video because I'm doing a workshop in Miami, December 11th and 12th for Copy Accelerator Pro members and about 20 people who are grabbing spots. It's like a high ticket thing. And I'm going to teach my whole process for how to write. We'll use AI to generate real legit like video sales letters, like not even 80%, like 98% there. And then frankly of copy chiefing, like which we use AI for 105% there. I mean, like it basically automates all of it and 1 to 5 hours. So like a lot of times I shared this in my AI marketers Facebook group of my email list, but I know whenever I do things like this, people go, I didn't know about it. Why didn't I know? And so I want to make sure I at least post once to my personal Facebook page or Facebook about it, I guess. So anyway, if you're interested in that, let me know. Obviously, we have 20 spots. At least 10 people have paid, and then the other like 10 plus people have said they're going to pay. I haven't collected money from them yet, so it's like, I don't count somebody as in until they have paid. But it will fill up, and this is legit. Like, without going into that part too much, like these processes are, I'll never share them widely, or at least not for years, because they're legit, like how we're generating millions of dollars for our agency and stuff like that. So a couple of things I wanted to kind of point your direction towards. One is like where in this case, this is not even the process that the main process I'm teaching, but I did teach it actually in Copy Accelerator Pro. But it's basically, this is generated with AI in 15 minutes. And this is not edited at all. It's basically like, I think one thing is I said 700 million, I made it say a billion, but that's, I think basically it was not edit. So this is literally just pure AI that was done in 15 minutes with one prompt, actually two prompts that were less than 200 words. So it's inside how this 2-day Miami workshop will hand you the keys to generate unlimited high converting copy with AI in just hours. If you make your living through direct response, if your business relies on sales letters, VSLs, and high converting copy to thrive, then this might be the most important letter you ever read. Because inside I'm going to reveal how a small group of elite marketers are using AI to write complete 8-figure sales letters and VSLs in a fraction of the time it takes most copywriters to write a first draft. No more staring at blank pages, no more writer's block, no more waiting weeks or months for a mediocre first draft. Instead, imagine being able to churn out one attention-grabbing, high-converting sales letter and VSL after another using AI templates and processes, and being able to do it in hours rather than weeks. Hi, I'm Stefan Georgi, creator of the best-selling RMBC method copywriting training. I've generated over $1 billion in sales from copy. This is all AI. This is not my writing. From copy during my career, I charge upwards of $50K to write a single sales letter, and I've cracked the code on how to use AI to write complete 8-figure copy in VSLs at a level most copywriters could never produce. Now, for the first time ever, I'm going to be revealing these top secret techniques in a private 2-day workshop this December in Miami, Florida, where I'll hand select a small group of elite DR company owners and show them exactly how I'm able to leverage AI to write market-beating sales letters and VSLs faster than ever before. I'll show the specific templates and processes I use to get AI writing high-level copy. I'll reveal how you can get an entire sales letter or VSL written for you by AI just by inputting a few key data points. And I'll demo live in front of you how I can take a brand new supplement, come up with positioning from scratch, and have a complete sales letter presented back to me by AI in about 3 hours. This will transform your business, save you huge sums of money, and allow you to scale faster than you ever imagined possible. And you can secure your seat at this exclusive 2-day event where I'll be revealing these game-changing tactics step by step for just a one-time investment of $30,000 for your company. Considering these AI secrets will easily be worth tens of millions in extra revenue, that's an incredible bargain, especially when you factor in the additional value you'll be getting, because when you attend this private Miami workshop, you'll also receive 1 year of access to my elite mastermind Copy Accelerator Pro, which is a $30K value alone. Now the sales letter goes on from here. Again, the only edits I made were changing from 700 million to a billion, and I just made the font larger and bolded this stuff here. But none of this is edited. It even has FAQs, right? So that's one thing I want to share as far as like the level of AI. And by the way, if you want to see these docs, just let me know, in the comments below, and I will. I make mailbooks on another platform as well, in addition to FB. But anyway, okay, cool. So it's like, all right, well, how good are these, right? So another thing I shared with like my email list, and I think I shared it in AI Marketers, is I basically took Alpilean, which is like a top offer on ClickBank, right? It's sort of like aggressive weight loss, whatever. But I was like, all right, let's just use AI to generate 6 different kind of leads And these are sort of like, I have another process for micro leads, which are the first like 100 to 300 words, like the big hook openings. This is the part that'll come after that, but to do them in different styles, right? So I did these like just for fun. Again, this is all AI, as you'll see here. These are completely unedited. I might see some small changes I would make. It did not review the Alpilean VSL. It's actually really important. I didn't actually, there's no context. I didn't say go look at the Alpilean VSL. I just gave it some inputs, which I pulled very quickly. And again, this is for instructional purposes. I'm not condoning aggressive stuff, anything like that. I'm just was like, this would be fun to do and to kind of show. So here's variant 1. This is more traditional DR type of like version, right? Hey there, it's Zach Miller, and in this highly controversial video that everyone from calorie counting dietitians to billion-dollar weight loss corporations want yanked off the web, I'm not only going to expose the shocking reason why your stubborn body fat refuses to budge, but more crucially, I'll be unveiling an incredibly potent and completely natural ice hack, something first stumbled upon by the mound-rolling Sherpas in Nepal, where obesity is virtually unheard of, and that's now been scientifically confirmed by research from Stanford and Columbia University that allows anyone, no matter their age or how long they've been battling with weight issues, to rapidly shed 20, 40, even 60 pounds of stubborn body fat. And that's not all. It can also help rejuvenate vital organs like your heart, liver, and brain. I know those are bold claims, but I'll show you the undeniable scientific proof behind this ice hack right inside this video. And the best part is that this discovery has nothing to do with grueling workouts, restrictive diets, expensive supplements, or any risky surgeries. In fact, many people have told me that since using this ice hack and discussing it with their doctors, they were able to stop things like calorie counting, exhausting gym sessions, or even ditch those diet pills entirely, which is why I'm so confident that once you know what this ice hack is and try it for yourself, you'll be astounded by how swiftly your weight drops and your energy levels soar, and you no longer feel imprisoned by your weight or anxious about your next meal or your upcoming doctor's appointment. Instead, you'll feel truly free, once again able to savor your favorite foods, whether it's a juicy cheeseburger, a delicious pasta, or a rich slice of chocolate cake, while still knowing that your weight won't experience an alarming spike and that your waistline and thighs will continue getting slimmer and smaller each day. I know it might sound far-fetched. By the way, this is its typo, not mine, right? But I can say from personal experience just how powerful this ice hack is, since it was the only thing that worked after my wife Sarah's weight caused her to have a near breakdown during a family vacation. It was terrifying. Her weight had ballooned to over 250 pounds. She thought nothing would ever work, but now she's a healthy 130 pounds when she even bothers to step on the scale, and everything from her cholesterol to her blood pressure to the inflammation markers in her body have plummeted. And it's not just her. Over 215,098 men and women across the U.S. have seen their lives change thanks to this ice hack. Testimonials, right? That's just one. Again, pure AI, couple inputs that are not like in-depth inputs. It's not inputs where the inputs aren't like parts of copy like this. It's literally just like about the market, the pain points, whatever else. Okay? V2, doctor spokesperson, right? Totally different style now. Maybe more white hat. For years, I've sat across from individuals in my clinic, their eyes welling up with tears as they share how their weight is slowly stealing away their joy of life. One gentleman, barely 40, told me how he had stopped going to his son's soccer games because he feared he couldn't keep up with the other dads. Another woman in her mid-50s confessed that she'd given up on the idea of love because she thought no man would find her attractive in her current state. And a once socially active man admitted that he'd become a recluse, avoiding friends and family because he felt judged for his size. If this strikes a chord with you, I know that you're not alone. I had countless such conversations with patients who are struggling with their weight I've had. And more often than not, it's not just about the number on the scale, it's about the life they feel they're missing out on because of it. You see, when you're carrying excess weight, it's not just about your appearance, it's about the unending energy drain, the constant joint aches, the embarrassment when you look in the mirror, and the fear that your health is on a downward spiral. But here's the good news. It's possible to shed those extra pounds, and it doesn't require extreme dieting or strenuous exercise. Imagine waking up, feeling light and energetic, ready to take on the world. Picture yourself fitting into your old jeans, feeling confident and attractive. Think about the freedom that comes with a healthier, more active lifestyle. That's what I've helped over 200,000 men and women achieve, and that's why I'm here today. I want to share their inspiring transformations, the exact steps they took to regain control of their bodies and lives, and how you can do the same right away from your home, or right from your own home. Once you hear their remarkable stories, you'll understand why I feel compelled to spread this message to as many people as possible. So, by the way, right, so this is actually really cool because someone had like a really aggressive sales letter. They're trying to do a more compliant version. What I'm talking about here, you could then basically, in a matter of like an hour, have like a really good white hat version of your own, of an aggressive offer. So that alone is pretty wild, right? Now, I don't want to go through every single one of these leads. This video would take forever, but it's like, there's a conspiratorial version. We have like a kind of Gundry style, which I think this one's good. The one thing they talk about, I think, is it this one or the AI? Kind of talks about stubborn fat. I'd find a better nickname for it. There's another sort of doctor style one here. There's a few little issues with this one, but again, completely unedited. And then here's another aggressive AI when it's more like pig stuff, right? Dad, why is mommy crying? Our youngest daughter Emma asked, her eyes wide with confusion. I don't know, sweetheart. It's like the super emotional punch in the gut type stuff, right? Now, what's cool, then I could take those prompts and say I was doing one of the 2 DR versions and continue on. I would do this after V1 or V6. This is all AI. Like I said earlier, my name is Zach. I'm 49 years old, a high school teacher from a small town in Oregon, and this is a story about my wife, Sarah. Sarah, she's always been the light of my life, but over the years, especially after our kids were born, she started struggling with her weight. At first, it was just a few extra pounds. It didn't bother her, nor me, but then those pounds started to multiply. Sarah would wake up every morning, step on the scale, and her face would crumple in disappointment. I didn't lose anything, Zach, she would say, her voice choked up with frustration. She tried everything, the keto diet, Atkins, paleo, even Weight Watchers. She spent hours meticulously planning meals, counting calories, doing everything those glossy diet books told her to, but no matter what she did, the scale wouldn't budge. And then there was the exercise. Oh, the exercise. Sarah would push herself. By the way, would I remove this if I were going to edit it? Sure. Sarah would push herself to the limit, her face flushed and sweating on her treadmill. She tried yoga, Pilates, even bought a Peloton, but all it did was leave her joints aching, her body exhausted, and the weight, it just stayed. Then came the diet pills, right? Every day, Sarah looked in the mirror, saw a body she didn't recognize. Oh yeah, look, here's what I would have edited, right? I've track changed just so you could see. Just because the story is different in Alpilean, because again, I didn't actually show it Alpilean. So I would remove that. And then I would add one line of transition, so here's what happened, right? And this gets into the pig story. So again, if you want to see this stuff, just let me know in the comments, whatever, right? And then finally, and by the way, after, I'd have this process where I could use AI to write the entire sales letter. Then I have a process for copy chiefing it to basically clean up shit so I don't have to auto edit it. And then I want to show an example for unique mechanisms, right? So yet another prompt is where basically I can give AI hey, I picked a niche I'm not in the memory niche. I don't really write for it for a variety of reasons. I can talk about some other time. But basically, you tell AI, hey, go find endless unique mechanism of the problem ideas for people who, I think this prompt I said elderly people who struggle with memory loss, right? And then, provide citations and give it to me with a big idea, simplified summary, right? And so this is from a single prompt. Basically got 36 of these outputs. All these citations are accurate, for example. And again, this is not any I didn't do anything manually, but if we go click right, it's talking about the citations are accurate. And then it's really cool once you have all of these, right? You want to expand it. There's another prompt, which I'll be sharing at this workshop in Miami, where it's you're okay, cool, take this one, right? This is number 1 about tau, which is a protein that could be a cause of memory loss. And by the way, because I said memory loss, right, even though some of these studies might be about diseases and things, the copy itself doesn't talk about diseases, I'm pretty sure, in these expanded ones. Because there's a nuance to this to where, it can be compliant for you, essentially. Or, I'm not saying these are perfectly compliant, but you can make it compliant, right? That's what's really interesting, too. So anyway, right, this commonly known protein, tau, may be the hidden cause behind memory loss. These proteins are important. As we age, they can clump together and form tangles, which can damage nerve cells, cause memory loss, etc. So right now, I'm all right, cool. Take this, write out an expanded, unique mechanism that's essentially copy ready. Now, again, it goes into another place to be refined even more, but pretty much copy ready. And what's cool is we'll do 20 of these, although I'll stop it after 3 normally. But here's one such example, right? If you or a loved one find yourself constantly forgetting things, have trouble remembering old memories, or even struggle with day-to-day tasks, it's not your fault. It could be that your brain has been hijacked by knots. Fascination, curiosity, hook, boom. I know it sounds peculiar, but let me explain. New research from the world-renowned UC Berkeley, the University of California, San Francisco, and the German Center for Neurodegenerative Diseases have discovered a shocking reason why many seniors struggle with memory loss and forgetfulness, and it's all down, probably should say comes, but it's all down to a little-known protein in the brain called tau. Usually tau proteins are the good guys. They help your nerve cells function properly and communicate with each other like traffic controllers on a bustling highway. But as we age, these tau proteins can turn rogue and start to clump together, forming what scientists are calling tau tangles. And again, it just made this up, right? I didn't make it up. It talks about how this tau protein, sorry. It talks about how this tau protein gets into tangles, but the phrase tau tangles, it just added. And again, this is all AI. Can't stress that enough. Picture a bundle of knotted yarn. That's what these tau tangles look like. And just as the tangle in your hair can make it hard to comb through, these tau tangles can disrupt the smooth flow of information in the brain. They start clogging up the pathways that your memories use to get from one place to another. The result, your ability to remember things, to recollect old memories, even your ability to remember simple day-to-day tasks all start to fade away. It's like a roadblock in your brain that prevents your memories from reaching their destination. And it's not just about forgetting where you put your keys or missing an appointment. It can also lead to mood changes, difficulty of language, and even trouble recognizing familiar faces. Because these tau tangles aren't just making you forgetful, they're stealing precious moments from your life. But the good news is scientists are working tirelessly to understand how we can untangle these knots and reclaim our memories. Because every memory is a thread in the tapestry of our lives, and we can't let tau tangles tear it apart. Remember, it's not your fault, it's these tau tangles. Now, I'm not going to read you all of these, but basically, here's another version. This one doesn't, I think, talk about the tau tangles as much. It talks about misbehaving proteins, right? Like right here, this domino effect that happens, right? And then here's another version. And essentially this time it's like talking about the memory loss protein. It has like a busy traffic analogy. They're clumping together our neural intersections inside of our traffic intersections, right? Almost like a traffic jam. The chaos is mirrored in our brain. Neurofibrillary tangles, it made that up too as a nickname. It's freaking wild. Now this one I think does, right? Conforming your brain even if you don't have Alzheimer's, right? So kind of like, again, you wouldn't want to talk about disease stuff if you're doing supplements, but interesting. And then I picked another one of these. This one's for about homocysteine. Here's what I talked about. The stomach acid can affect memory loss. This is like a really good mechanism, right? And then it has multiple versions, including, I love this opening here from like a hook. If you or a loved one has been noticing an alarming decline in memory, forgetting names, misplacing items, or struggling with everyday tasks, this might not be a normal part of aging, but could be a symptom of a silent acid attack happening inside your body. And it goes on from there, right? All AI copy. And I have another example for this RP-AP48 thing. And, 3 different examples of it here. And so anyway, these are just some of the things that, I want to share. I'm going to be teaching them at that workshop in Miami, which again, if you want to see the sales letters and stuff, check out the comments, but, or the AI written sales letter. But yeah, and I just wanted to make sure people knew about the workshop and then also just kind of see what I'm doing with AI and what it's capable of. And when people talk about ChatGPT can't write good copy, I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about, because it definitely can. It's not just ChatGPT, actually. I'm using some other large language models as well, but none of this is super, there's no coding or anything like that involved here. It's just about the processes and knowing how to talk to AI and things like that. So, enjoy. Hopefully this gets some reach, and hopefully people find it interesting.